Hey guys, this is Tom Dowse, and if you're new to my channel, I make videos that help you empower your highest self so that you can manifest your goals and ultimately your dream life. This is my month 3 update of my waking up at 5 a.m. challenge, which I've been doing since the beginning of 2019. Now, I haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks because it's been very intense, very rewarding but very challenging period of personal growth for me and spiritual growth. And I really feel like I've been growing a lot this year, more than I foresaw when I started out this challenge, and that's actually posed a lot of interesting dynamics to this 5 a.m. thing, because I think how I thought about it would be at the start would be more I was focused on starting out my career, sharing my story, but I didn't factor in the whole process of sort of going through more of a spiritual awakening, a spiritual growth. And I didn't factor how challenging that is emotionally, because it stretches your ego out so much. And it's not necessarily a growth in the sense of you're growing and achieving specific things, but a lot of it's entirely internal. And the scenery of your life can remain roughly the same, but definitely bits and pieces start making big shifts to reflect this internal state. So I've been mainly experiencing this year this internal shift and this energetic shift and this shift in consciousness and this shift in my perspective and my self-image, who I believe I am. But in this process, which is sort of, it's out of my control really, it's an awakening of a being within a universe that's of its own volition outside of my control. I can't control, how my consciousness is evolving and how I relate to life. And this may sound like a weird concept, evolving consciousness, but really it's not. It's just like any growth. It has a specific flavor to it, where it's more about turning within, questioning yourself, who you think you are, what you think life should be, how you think the rules of society and life function, and having some epiphanies and surprises in this endeavor to journey within yourself that make you realize that you're not who you expected you were, and that life is more flexible, more free, more interesting, but also it's tinged with this uncertainty because you're expanding to horizons and territories in your own thoughts, in your own belief systems, in your own capacities in yourself and your consciousness that can be quite overwhelming and draining. So, how does this relate to 5 a.m.? Well, here's the thing. When your ego is stretched, it's outside of its comfort zone. In this state, the fight or flight mode response activates, and it's not like you see a cheetah in the wild and you're absolutely fearful, but it's like that, but a mild version that's like humming background noise. You don't feel entirely grounded. You feel like you're in a transitional state. You're not a solid identity structure person who's on a very solid mission. You're very much week by week, day by day, changing how you see yourself, what you believe about yourself. Everything I've said about what you believe is possible about life is shifting so rapidly, and it's all internal. A part of this process has been a racing mind for me. Lots of fearful thoughts, lots of anxieties, lots of worries, lots of plans, strategies, actions, possibilities, and just general emotional fluctuations that are mirroring this internal shift. That's my identity, really. And when I try to go to sleep at 9 p.m, and this is victim thinking, I'm sure I could find a way, but it's almost like I'm not that interested in like strictly getting myself to go to bed at 9 p.m, because either I'm creating or I'm thinking or I'm just easing myself down after a typically stressful day at work, and my mind's racing and lots of stuff's changing, all part of this spiritual awakening process. And it just doesn't want to shut off until 11, until 12, sometimes earlier if it's a good night, sometimes later. And it's just this ruminating, compulsive thinking that I'm dealing with, and emotions I'm dealing with. And calming that down is been a big challenge. And then, of course, I'm waking up at 5 a.m., but the lack of sleep's there that impairs that entire window from 5 to 7 a.m., so that I'm not really getting that much out of it. I'm meditating, I'm doing some activities and stuff, but oftentimes I'm very tired, and I'll just feel, for my own health reasons, what are you really doing this for? Like, if you're going through this emotional turbulence and your identity's shifting and your consciousness is expanding and you're not really sure and you're emotionally drained and you're dealing with a full-time job, but you set a challenge to strictly get up at 5 a.m., that's meant to benefit you. But if it's just not benefiting you and you're just doing it to mechanically, rigidly, sure, with discipline, which is a good thing, but in this case, it's almost like the habit, the person I was when I set this habit and the intention to wake up at 5 a.m., I no longer even resonate with a lot of that person. That's how much I feel like I've internally shifted. And it's a lifelong journey, right? We're all growing, and it just sometimes there's these accelerated spikes, and that's what I'm going through in my own life. So then I'm tired, then I go to work, and I'm not functioning at the peak. My thoughts, my ability to have awareness over my emotions, to direct them to positive things, to act in abundant ways that reflect all these beliefs I want to hold about myself, they're all impaired with a lack of sleep. And then, of course, after work, I've been finding like I want to create more videos, but I'm almost inundated with figuring out what's going on. And it's not a specific process. It's like picture it like a hazy, smog-like cloud around your entire psyche, and you see rays of light, then you're back in the dark, and you're trying to gain traction, but you almost like know that you just have to ride out the wave. It's like that kind of feeling. So when you come home from a full day of work in a place that you don't really want to be, which is, I'm sure most of you can relate to, a job that you're not particularly got your heart's passion in, it can be challenging because you just want to relax after work and work on things. But nonetheless, I actually have been doing some creative work and planning things out. But the thing about these creative sessions, the way my mind works, is it's highly conceptual and it's in depth and it's random. It's not such a process, for me at least, where I just start and I stop. Like 60 minutes, create now and finish. It's very much I ease into it, flow, ideas appear, I have bursts of inspiration. I might even stay up wanting to shoot a video till 1 a.m. That's my natural creative rhythm that I'm growing in touch with. But of course then I have that strict 9 p.m. bedtime, which I'm not even meeting because there's so many racing thoughts and new ideas and new growth that's happening. The thing about this growth is it's actually highly positive. I'm so grateful this is happening to me because I have this deeper sense, this deep intuition that I'm getting something out of the way early. Sometimes something that I think most people may never reach for years. And it's not easy to go through, but it doesn't make you better to go through it. As I said before, it's a random thing, but I'm grateful that I'm going through this because it's gaining me so much clarity about who I am and what I want to do with my life, and just all my weaknesses, my utter weaknesses in my own character. That makes you humble, and it actually makes life a lot more peaceful and positive on the good days, because throughout this chaos is peace, is self-love, is self-worth, is a high vibration state of being, which is very peaceful, very flowing, very non-reactive, non-judgmental, that sends its energy out into the world. And there are beautiful days where I sort of flow through reality like it's a dreamlike state. It's a bit strange, but it's very peaceful, and when you're in it, you realize that it's more of who you're meant to be, is this state. But then of course the ego comes back in, and it's like you're when you're in a really hot bath and you dip your toe in, it's too hot. Then you dip your whole foot in, it's kind of nice, too hot. Then you get a whole leg in, then you get your whole body in. It's like that. It's like I'm expanding what I believe is possible, because it's almost too good to be true on the best days. Now, if you don't understand at all what I'm talking about, because I've been incredibly vague, I totally understand. Still working out just exactly how I want to communicate these concepts, these ideas, what I've been going through, and just exactly what they mean. And don't get me wrong, it is challenging, but it's an overwhelmingly positive experience. At least that's what I know deep down throughout all the trials and tribulations of what's going on. I know it's a very, very positive process. Now, what the hell is going on exactly? Well, I am going to specifically be talking about my insights about life, strategies, tips, and I'm in a new background here. I just thought I'd set this up because I think it's a bit more organic or something, but not just my insights, all these books I've been reading that have just helped shape me, help open me up to a new state of being, state of relating to other people, state of relating to life. And it's going to be a work in progress. I haven't decided whether I'm going to completely give up this 5 a.m. challenge. I want to get up at 6 a.m. I think 6 a.m. I like that time. It actually feels like around 6, maybe 6:30, just early. I want to be an early riser, but not necessarily like a strict system. I feel like it's not really suiting the flow of where my life's taking me, is what the point of this video is saying. So I will make a decision on whether I'm going to continue this challenge, because it's been imperfect, it's been very rewarding as well, but there are just challenges to do with that. Now, the final point I will make is that some of you may be thinking, well, this person clearly just doesn't have the discipline and the emotional strength to really work on practical solutions to quiet his monkey mind before bed, to get up and to make this habit. If you wanted to make this habit possible and real and work for him, he would do it. And the thing is, I actually agree with you. Hence why I said there's a weakness there. And in this whole process, I'm also discovering, if I really wanted to, the personal will to be doing this 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's where I have a mismatch of intent with the habit. I don't know if I really want to do it, want to make the effort at this point. It's like I want to just get through this process and to be more organic and flowing with life. Anyway, I really hope you're having an amazing life yourself and all is going well, because I know you're probably facing your own set of challenges. We all are. And I wish you all the best. I really do wish you all the best as 2019 keeps unfolding. And I will update you all very soon with another video. Thank you.